What's up, guys? Josh Sykes with Bent Rods Guide Service out here on Toledo Bend today. Just had a fantastic day catching fish out here on the lake. Both Toledo and Rayburn are fishing really well right now. I just want to share with you real quick, when the water gets cold like it's starting to get right now, I'm going to pick up a jig and throw a jig a lot. So I want to share with you basically the 3 brands and the 4 color jigs that I personally throw in Toledo Bend and Sam Rayburn. Starting off each day, if the cover is very sparse, if I'm fishing around basically clay points or rock, that's when I'm going to pick up a jewel football jig in a 3/4 ounce. This jig right here probably catches more fish than any other jig in my boat. It's got a different hook on it. If you can see that hook there, it's not a typical round bend hook like most football jigs, and a very thin weed guard. And so when a fish bites this thing, man, I hook up almost every bite that I have, and a fish has never spit this jig. That's why I absolutely love it. But it will hang up if you're around a lot of wood. Therefore, if I'm fishing creek swings with big stumps or laydowns, I'm picking up a V&M Pacemaker jig in a 5/8 ounce. The 5/8 allows it not to bury in the cover quite as bad, and this jig's got a lot thicker weed guard and a little bit beefier hook, so you can winch those fish out of there. And this weed guard protects that hook. It doesn't hang up nearly as bad as the jewel jig. It's hard to get this jig hung up unless you're fishing crappie piles. If you're in the middle of a crappie pile looking to catch a big bass, that's whenever I pick up a 6 cents Divine jig. It's got same thing, a good big beefy hook. It's got a good weed guard on it. The reason I like this around crappie piles, really thick cover, is because if you look at the head on this compared to a football jig, it's a lot more streamlined. It comes through the cover a lot better. That's why I like this 6 cents Divine jig around big, thick brush piles to catch really big bass. Now, as far as colors go, I keep it as simple as possible. I basically am going to throw 2 colors most of the year, and it's going to be your peanut butter and jelly and some sort of watermelon candy. These 2 colors catch a ton of fish year round. The only time I switch it up is in the fall. What I've started to notice on Toledo and Rayburn both is that you'll catch fish, you'll put them in your live well to take pictures, or catch fish in a tournament, put them in your live well, you get to the end of the day to weigh them in, and they spit up crawfish, and the crawfish are green pumpkin with orange accent. So I really like a green pumpkin orange on both lakes this time of year, October, November, December. Green pumpkin orange can be really hard to beat. And then when the water temp gets down in the low 50s, I'm picking up black and blue. The colder the water, the darker the color. And black and blue really shines out here on both lakes in the dead of the winter, late December through like early February. Black and blue is a color that I throw a lot. And so hopefully, if you're someone that maybe you haven't thrown a jig a whole lot, it is something that takes a little while to build confidence, but man, it's worth spending the time out there to do. You catch good fish, and you know, most people think of it as just a big fish bait. Man, jigs catch a lot of fish out here on these lakes as well. So next time you go to the lake, grab one of these 3 jigs and one of these 4 colors. I guarantee you'll catch fish.